Give me the careless timeout cup.
We are here today with ag teacher, FFA advisor, and there's got to be another title in there for
mom.
4-H, everybody's mom. It's Melissa Sprecher, Mrs. Sprecher. We're in the greenhouse right now, and the reason we're here today, you can probably hear in the background, and we're going to zoom in a little bit. Look at that little guy. We have chickens. How many chickens do you have here, Mrs. Sprecher?
Well, we set 72 eggs, and we had hatch right now. We have it down here in the greenhouse, or up in the greenhouse. We have 61. We have a few left to hatch yet. There's a few still in the incubator working on hatching, and we usually get a couple that won't. But for the most part, we've had really good hatch rates so far.
So we're looking at about 60 chicks, and our viewers can see the size of these chicks. How old are they?
So these, the ones you're looking at right now, these guys hatched. They started on Sunday afternoon. I came up to check on the incubator, make sure that the humidity level was good, and this particular variety started hatching Sunday afternoon, and we took them out yesterday afternoon. So we like to leave them in there for about 24 hours, just to make sure that we have good hatching, and then also that they're all dry and fluffy, and so they're ready to kind of come out into the real world. And they actually can survive 36 to 72 hours after hatching without having to have food and water because of what they brought out with them from the yolk. So they can survive that long.
They're all very bright-eyed and bushy tailed, bushy feathered here today. Yeah. They look really great. So what maybe people don't understand is you as I was trying to jump out. You as an instructor didn't just raise chickens to raise them. Right. This was part of a class, and you incorporated every level of Ithaca here. Tell the viewers a little bit about that. Yeah,
so it started actually, I had the idea last year of getting an incubator and some of our brooders in cages, so that way if we had some kids that wanted to do it as an FFA project, they would have the facilities to do it. And I wrote a grant to come here, and I won a grant to purchase these items. So we have an incubator, and we have a set of brooders here, and then we also have 2 sets of cages for layering as they get bigger. And our goal was to not only teach my animal agriculture classes about the process of reproduction and how the process works as far as an egg with chickens and how they grow and that whole process, but also to teach our elementary the same process, because we're getting further and further away from agriculture. And I think when you can bring those kids in on something cute, like who doesn't like a cute little baby chick? If you can bring them in on the ground level of that and get them excited about it and understanding how agriculture works, it just makes them appreciate it more and maybe want to research it more to be part of agriculture in the long run.
The agriculture room is right across the hallway from my office, so every time I walk out, I was looking at the incubator there, and right at the end, there wasn't a moment during the day where there wasn't a few elementary students standing there listening to the little chicks as they hatch and hear them chirp. Couldn't really see in there because you have to keep it sealed and keep the humidity level and heat up. But I was surprised to see middle school students, high school students, and staff stopping to look at it. So
and
kudos on that.
Even parents that have been going through the hall. So so when we set these eggs 22 days ago, we started out to the elementary a book that they could follow the growth of these chickens inside the egg, and so what it would look like every day. We also had a poster up because obviously, like you said, we can't see what's happening inside the egg. They can look in the incubator and see the eggs rocking back and forth and kind of what's going on, but they can't see inside the egg. So we have a poster there of beautiful pictures of every single day of incubation, what it looks like inside.
Wow.
And then they were able to sketch that down and kind of learn. And so, we had kids constantly coming down, loved it. It was so fun because we got to interact with them, and the high school kids got to interact with the elementary kids. And so it was a great experience that way too. And then of course, when we started hatching, I sent out an email, hey, we're starting to hatch. And it was just a constant flow. Like you said, we put the incubator out in the hall so anyone could walk by. And it's even inside my room, they're loud when they start hatching. It was very, very loud, and it was so exciting, and the kids have been so excited about it. And even some of the high school kids who are not in my ag classes, yesterday I think I had about 10 extra students in my room just hanging out because they wanted to help take the chickens out of the incubator, and they wanted to hold them, and I think even some of them have names already. So they've been having a great time with this, and pretty much every hour today we've came up to the greenhouse to come look at the baby chicks and let the kids hold them.
Who knew that little chicks could bring so many age groups together?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, so our goal here is we're going to expand as we go. This is kind of our first time through to see how this was going to go. And so we have some people that want to actually purchase some of these as baby chicks, and so we're going to let them take those home. And then what we're going to do is the ones we have left, we're going to raise them till they're actually ready to be laying birds, and then we'll sell them at that point to people who want to take some laying hens home. And we're hoping that money will help with offsetting some of the costs of feed and purchasing the fertilized eggs and such. And then every year we're going to grow and grow, and I'm hoping we get some kids in here that want to, hatch some for their project and maybe have some meat birds, possibly some quail. One of our long-term goals is to see about getting some pheasants and raising them and then releasing them, and as part of a wildlife thing. That's on the long-term goals. But yeah, so it's a great first experience. We've had so much fun with this. I think the kids have had a great time with it, and of course with everyone wanting to get outside with it being so nice out, this is a perfect excuse to come up here and see the babies.
Well, the students, the teachers, the staff, all having a great time. I'll tell you who else is. The little chicks. They're so happy looking, and they're just so full of life and vibrant. You're raising some beautiful chicks here, Melissa.
Thank you.
Well, we appreciate your time, and we'll keep our viewers informed as they continue to grow, and if they become available for sale at any time during the during their cycle here, we'll pass that on as well.
Absolutely.
And also, we're going to be interviewing you not that far from here. The greenhouse is right around the corner.
Yes, so our sale starts on, actually this week, May 1st. We open the greenhouse, and Adam, you can just kind of see behind you there. It's filled with color. We are having so much fun with it again. The kids do such a great job.
So we're gonna just interject here for a moment. We're gonna spin away from the chickens, and we're gonna look at the greenhouse. Oh my goodness! I was so enthralled with the chickens, I didn't even notice the greenhouse behind me.
So we have some experiments going on and stuff too. The kids are always doing some different experiments within the greenhouse as well, and then also like all the flowers that we have for sale. So we welcome anyone to come up anytime. We're here all day, and we'll be happy to show you around.
Sounds great, Melissa Sprecher. We appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you so much, Adam.